Welcome to day 19 of a screenwriter's journey. As you saw by the running time, day 19 was a short day of writing. Let's see how productive it was. Okay, we begin the day with a lot of scrolling. Okay, so Holly, I don't always record these consecutively, so I need to catch myself up on what's going on. So she's left the loft. She's in her SUV ready to drive to the airport, etc. Obviously, as we've talked about, not really worried, not really nervous, just sort of maybe apprehensive, feeling a little guilty. And so she's sort of taking it out on Paul here. And then, since I introduced the idea that Holly did, in fact, see Rachel briefly, which I think is important. And as she said, I saw as much of her as I could stand. Literally, I think if she would have gone in there, they may have come to blows. So, and then Paul tries to make light of it. And then that moves us on to Paul telling her to put it behind her and get up to speed on your next assignment. So they're talking on the phone. They're not. Yeah, this dialogue here is pretty lame at the top of page 30. Spoiler alert, I don't think it's going to survive the next draft, but I could be wrong. And I'm completely changing the dialogue. I guess I don't know why I wanted to. Okay, there we go. When in doubt, shorten the dialogue or take it out completely. So now I'm sort of making Rachel a little bit more of a B-itch. And I think I could really picture an actress doing that look that is like, thanks, I'll take it from here. And so now here we are. We're back in the other cabin. Gary and Abby are talking about what's going on in the other cabin. And again, Abby overtly saying she should have gone in, and by implication, letting Gary know that she thinks that maybe he should have, or is surprised that he didn't. And then Gary is still hating on Holly there, saying that Holly has basically abandoned Lexi. Of course, when you think of it, I mean, she was just doing her job. And so while you can see his anger, sort of resentment, it's not really like she did anything wrong per se. But I think that's an interesting dynamic. And then I'm just bringing up some details because I always keep thinking, what happens if Lexi decides to stay? She'll have to get new people to protect her. When she's in college, she's going to have to go to like a no-name college somewhere. And I don't want to get too far into the weeds on that. And so Holly, having said that she wasn't going to stop, now it appears that she is going to stop and she's flagging down Paul. But it's a cliffhanger. Let's see what happens on day 20. Thanks again for watching this brief day. And hopefully tomorrow will not be as brief.